Other interesting culture news, you have Bud Light Blue Bull tweet roasted, and I will read the top responses. And interesting enough, is their censorship fading? Now, Bud Light is one of the most business blunder of the century companies. Like, they just shot themselves in the foot worse than any company I've seen before. Now, in terms of their censorship, for a few months now, if you just went a little bit against the grain, they would censor you like that. And even my personal Twitter profile at NICTOPPING is one of those instances where there's a Bud Light tweet, and all I did was say, thanks for reminding me to buy Yangling, and I had a picture of Yangling bottles and cans. I didn't say anything bombastically against the company. I didn't say Bud Light sucks. I didn't say I didn't tweet that their liquid beer that is Bud Light is perhaps more appropriately used as a weed killer or against the Geneva Convention to torture prisoners by forcing them to drink the disgusting swill. I didn't say anything about that. All I said was, thanks for reminding me to buy your competition. And for that little thing, they blocked me on Twitter. And interestingly enough, one of the few times my YouTube videos was actually censored in terms of they disabled the comments was when I did a story talking about Bud Light censorship. Ironic and hilarious that YouTube chose to censor that one. And no matter how many times I click the button to say allow all comments, which I do by default, it would revert to disable comments within seconds. Which kind of shows where YouTube allegiances is. I suppose maybe Bud Light gives them a lot of money for marketing, though I haven't seen a Bud Light commercial in quite some time on YouTube. Now, in terms of their tweet, Bud Light tweeted saying, quote, "You've heard of Tennessee Orange, now get ready for Bud Light Blue," which is a tweet, and it got 34.2 thousand views. So that's no, for a global brand, that's terrible, but for them, it's a little bit more than normal, so you could say that's a little bit of an improvement. But almost a mathematical impossibility, they got 181 likes, which is so bad. It's almost as bad as Chris Christie, who perhaps we'll coin it right here, right now. There's a phenomenon I call in which the Chris Christie effect, and it's a phenomenon in which you tweet something and you get 0 positive responses, which I thought was impossible. I thought he would at least have one family member or a staff member, someone on his team watching or reading his tweets and trying to say something responsive that's positive, but there wasn't a single one. And that happened multiple times. I scrolled through the whole responses, and they're just all roasting Chris Christie. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of material to work with. There's a large amount of material to work with, pun moderately intended, but I thought there'd at least be one positive one. Now, 181 people like this. And I know public schools are all-time low for tests. The ACT scores at a 32-year low, and yet the public school teachers in the union say they deserve more money. So we'll do a little fun math here today. So 181 people actually like this. So you're going to divide by 34,000. Gives us 0.005323. Now, to turn to a percentage, we simply multiply it by 100. That gives us a like percentage of 0.53235. Or if we feel so inclined, we can actually round it to 0.53, which is also known as, that's not so good. Not really. And doing that little percentage, little mathematics right there, just added more value than some public schools in the United States, which is actually a little bit sad, also funny, but kind of shows you the United States school systems. But nevertheless, let's go to the comments section. They usually have 1 or 2 positive ones. I don't think it'll be completely roasted. Let's dive in and find out. Real Rick Steele 1950 says, quote, "Move on to Miller Lite. Keep your Bud Light Blue. You just can't apologize to your larger customer base, can you? Waiting." Unquote. Got 48 likes. Phil Feast has a picture of what looks like to be a biological man with a wig grimacing in pain, and the meme or the text above the picture says, quote, "When you think you're a woman but you catch your private in a zipper," unquote. Though it did say, well, I guess Dick is the name of a person too, so it did say that. But context matters, I'm told. Well, depends on your political affiliations. But nevertheless, that got 58 likes. Now, interestingly enough, for the past 6 months, those types of pictures would be censored immediately by Bud Light. So I don't know if they're starting to lean into the meme, or perhaps they think maybe it will go away if they just let the people speak for a little while longer. Let me know what your theory is, but they would never allow this a couple of months ago. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm clicking here, and there are many hidden responses, but that particular one, I'm surprised that's still there for now. Now, scrolling down, someone by the name of Empty Steel simply says, no thank you, getting 9 likes. There might be a real one. Someone by the name of Ashley, but her name has no Y's. A-S-H-L-E-E. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's almost ridiculous as being named after a food, like topping. Oh, wait. Never mind. Nevertheless, this person allegedly says, quote, I'm blue and I'm feeling all right, unquote. And I can't help but think this is possibly a real response. Is it a robot? Let's dive in. Let's investigate her right now. I don't know what you call demon makeup, but it's like the insane clown posse, the ICP, I think is what the youth say. I don't know. I'm not going to guess her weight, but I'm guessing there's a not negligible amount of her weight being added because of the makeup. There's a lot of volume of makeup material. Now, apparently she is what is she? She doesn't say who she is, but she's a content creator. And she has 1,076 followers. Not to brag, but it's all about quality over quantity. I do have about 300 followers on my Twitter. Now, oh dear. She has blue short hair, shorter, about my length of hair. It's blue. She got 5 likes for that. So to her credit, that's an original piece of material. She did create something. I thought it was going to be one of those serial reposters where, like the Budlight sweepstakes, where they just repost everything for free that they can get for free. So interestingly enough, well, I spoke too soon. Perhaps she's reposting a lot. Let's see. She says a lot of funny pictures of cats and dogs. Interestingly enough, a real response. Now, that being said, it got 0 likes, but it did exist. There is a positive response to this. Jam40 says, quote, no, go away, unquote, getting 27 likes. Gopak Zach says, quote, nobody wants Bud Light of any color, unquote, getting 54 likes. Mr. Dog, though it's spelled D-A-W-G and the picture is of a man, so I don't really think it's a dog, but nevertheless, it's a alleged dog, says, quote, you are dead to me, getting 34 likes. Anonymous Moose, who? I mean, I was going to say A+, but we're going to say B- for marketing. The picture of their profile is of, in fact, a moose. However, the face is not blurred out. So, I mean, with the proper technology, you could identify this moose and it would no longer be anonymous. But nevertheless, this alleged moose says, quote, if you had sincerely apologized, swore to never dabble in identity politics again, and handed out a few scholarships to real women, Garby would still have a job, more unemployment to follow until you get this, unquote. Person got 34 likes, and they did link to an article where they talk about their last chief marketing officer leaving the company, which is also interesting. How many times did Bud Light lied to us? First they said it was an outside marketing company. They had nothing to do with it. Then it turned out their company, Bud Light, actually internally did actually coordinate much of it. Then they said, oh no, it was just one bottle. It wasn't a campaign. And then we find out they paid Dylan Mulvaney $185,000 for multiple materials. The lies are adding up exponentially. Zuma says, quote, pro marketing tip. Your marketing team should be the same demographics as your target market. It has a picture of a Bud Light can plus Alyssa Heiderchild, the brilliant marketing VP of marketing or marketing director at Anheuser-Busch, and it equals Dylan Mulvaney holding Bud Light with the cringe, weird-looking smile that Dylan is known for. Now, that got 31 likes. I don't think it's necessarily true in terms of, I mean, it really doesn't matter what the marketing department looks like in regards to, well, Alyssa Heiderchild does have a creepy smile, but nevertheless, it's more of the point of just knowing your customer, really. Know your customer base and appeal to them. And if you want to increase your customer base by adding more, growing it in terms of their demographics, just make sure you're going about it the appropriate way, making sure they all share the same core values. I mean, again, Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch and Bev, it could have just stuck to the Americana flag, which many people believe in that to this day. Unfortunately, not as many as they used to, but still, that encapsulates a myriad of different people. But no, they thought, let's get rid of our fratty image, which is Alyssa Hirschfield's brilliant idea. She shall be remembered for the eons in marketing and business. What Not to Love says a picture compilation, so they don't really say, they pretty much the show, not the tell. And it is a Bud Light, a case of Bud Light, and it says, I called AutoZone to order a case of training fluid and got this. And then is also more pictures of men dressed up as ponies or something like that. They got 12 likes. Someone recently just did a picture of Dylan Mulvaney, no caption, just a picture of Dylan holding the Bud Light with that smile. They got 24 likes. That someone was the big guy. Someone by the name of Casey had the gif from Austin Powers' Dr. Evil saying, how about no, getting 8 likes. Bad Ghost says no, getting 26 likes. Williams says, no mas, you lost your customer, going woke, unquote, getting 12 likes. Find the Kind says, quote, watch this post get ratioed again, getting 9 likes. Rodney King says, no thanks, getting 7 likes. Jelby says, no, getting 7 likes. Mike B says, nah, I'll pass, let's freaking buy it, unquote. Oh no, he says, again, I'm not a doctor, but if you click subscribe, it may cure, perhaps, dyslexia and stuttering, a myriad of my speaking inabilities. Perhaps, maybe. If you think it's bad, just remember, watch the first videos. It's much worse. Believe it or not. Nevertheless, someone by the name of Mike B says, quote, nah, I'll pass, let the freaks buy it, unquote, getting 10 likes. Dude says, quote, I'm a Yingling guy now. Thanks for driving me to taste, test, and find another brand. Hashtag Yingling is fantastic, unquote, getting 11 likes. Let's see here. And I keep scrolling down. Muggle Josh says, quote, if it's blueberry, I'm in. It's a moderately neutral to positive response, although it got 0 likes. So interesting enough, maybe 2 positive ones. Now, of course, the more interesting ones are the hidden responses. So Bud Light did still censor it, not as much as they normally do. Now, interesting enough, some of these actually don't seem too terrible. Now, this one from Franklin Boot Girl says, quote, take the word Tennessee out of your mouth, unquote, getting 1 like, which, again, that's not too bombastic or pejorative, unless I'm not reading it properly or right. Cal simply said, oh, goody, another product to not buy, unquote. That got 1 like until Bud Light censored it, so that's now on the hidden responses. Mike, let's see here. Oh, unless I get an error. What did it say? Mike simply says, F Bud Light Blue, unquote, getting 1 like, though he did use the actual F word. Let's see here. Jaru says, quote, more like Bud Light Blue, and it's spelled B-L-E-W, which a word pun is appreciated. I'll approve. That got 7 likes. Benjamin says, quote, keep trying, budweiser. I will never hold another can, unquote, getting 5 likes. Rich Texan says, quote, and the person nearly gets an A+ for marketing. They have the Texan from The Simpsons, where he has a Texas hat. Now, he's just missing a little extra pin on his lapel that is of the picture of the shape of Texas, but nevertheless, close to A+ for marketing. Rich Texan says, quote, F Bud Light, haha. True Crime Scotsman says, quote, $185,000, unquote, in reference to how much they paid Dylan Mulvaney. A lot of people, a couple more people saying, quote, you were caught in a lie, hashtag Bud Light, imagine paying $185K only to lose millions, karma baby, unquote, getting 1 like. And those are all the hidden responses that Bud Light thought were just too out there for people to read. So, needless to say, as the youth might say, they were ratioed beyond all belief, and I can't help but think the outlook for Bud Light and their social media for the near future is precarious, to say the least. I would more realistically say the outlook is not so good. Thank you again, everyone, for taking time to tune in today. Don't forget to trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to let me know how I can make the channel and the show better and better and improve the show quality. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.